Preet, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I want to share a tweet that you sent out with our viewers, rather. You said, if you're dead to rights, flipping on others and cooperating with the prosecution is the only sane, rational move. Also, prosecutors accept cooperation only if you can provide substantial assistance higher up in the food chain. Stay tuned. What did you mean by that?
Well, look, first, I think that the Trump lawyers are correct in the sense that no one can draw any final conclusion as to what's happened because it's happening behind closed doors. On the other hand, the cost-benefit analysis that anybody engages in his head, if there's a lot of evidence of having committed a crime, is exactly this: that if you're dead to rights, and a lot of the reporting suggests that Michael Flynn has a considerable amount of exposure based on his dealings with Russia and not disclosing some of those dealings. And I think even more significantly, if the reporting is to be believed, some of the dealings he's had with Turkey and arrangements he had to get paid for official action that he might engage in as a national security advisor after the inauguration. And if all of that is true, and he has considerable legal liability, criminal liability, then the way to get yourself off the hook, and in his case, not only himself, but potentially also his son, who's involved in some of this, the only way to do that is to cooperate with the prosecution. It doesn't mean just because he's withdrawn from the joint defense agreement that will happen. But my view is, based on how things used to operate in my office and based on how the world works, is that there's a substantial likelihood that they're at least in discussions with respect to cooperating. Now, that could fall apart because maybe he's not disclosing everything, he's trying to protect or he's trying to minimize, and the prosecutors decide not to sign him up to a deal. But I think the likelihood is that that's what they're talking about.